Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Meg. I make fashion and lifestyle videos. Today we're going to be talking about something that has plagued me for life. For reference, I'm 24 and I have experienced skin issues since I was about 11. So it's kind of just become something that I got used to, and I just thought I'm never going to have clear skin. So every time I'd see someone that had clear skin, I'd be so envious, but I just couldn't see that ever being me, and I just didn't know what was causing it. So if you're in a similar position, then hopefully this video will provide some help for you. So for more context, with my skin, even if I had not many active breakouts, I'd always look like I had spotty skin because they'd scar. So I'd always have like dark marks on my face. Here's an example. So even when I didn't have that much active acne at the time, or I like to say spots because I don't know if it is medically called acne because I never had like the pits or anything, but I had aggressive spots and they were very persistent. Now in this video, I'm going to talk specifically about microneedling, which is a procedure that you have on your face. You go to like an aesthetic clinic to get it done. And I'm also going to talk about how my diet played a role in clearing up my skin. Now, as you can see, my skin is looking the best it has ever looked, honestly. Like, I have got makeup on, but I am going to show you a lot of images of me without makeup just to show an accurate comparison of how my skin has got so much better in the last, probably I would say year is when it started clearing up, because I finally identified the cause of my skin issues. So if that sounds good to you guys, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and let's get straight into it. So the first part of this video is the most exciting part in my opinion, which is going to be about microneedling. Now, if you haven't had microneedling before and you're like, what the hell is that? Sounds scary. I mean, it literally is what it sounds like lots of microneedles penetrating your skin to purposefully cause trauma to the top layer of your skin, forcing it to regenerate cells and collagen. By your skin regenerating, you're basically flushing out all the badness in your skin and allowing it to form a whole new layer, hopefully a clearer layer. So I had 4 rounds of microneedling. I was recommended to have 4 to 6. So I had my first session done, was feeling a bit sore afterwards, so you can expect to kind of feel sunburnt. Some people it's worse than other people, but I wouldn't say it's that bad. Like, it kind of just dies down after a day. You just have to listen to what they recommend you put on your skin, because you shouldn't really be putting much on at all, and sometimes they will give you like little samples. They will often try to sell you their own skincare products, but I feel like it's a bit, you can feel a bit persuaded, but I was like, no, I'm not going to spend £50 on products when you can just get like, you know, fragrance-free moisturizers and like really gentle SPFs to put on your skin while it's healing and just in general. Now, the thing with microneedling is you're not going to have the results by the next day, and obviously the fact that I've had 4 sessions should let you know that it's not just like a one immediate miracle. It is something you have to have a few times depending on how bad your skin is. But 30 days is when you'll actually see the effects of the mirror dry, because your skin's settled, all your cells have regenerated and your collagen has developed. I don't know if that's the word. So this is what my skin looked like a week after. I'd already seen some very, very mild improvements, but like I say, this is the first session, so it's not like miraculous or anything like that. But I myself could notice some evening out and brightening of the skin, which was very nice to see. This was my skin after a month. I got my next session in February, start of February, so just over a month. You do have to wait, I think it is a month or 6 weeks in between sessions, just to allow your skin to fully recover, and then you can go again. So yeah, I had it done at a different clinic this time, just because the distance was too far for me for the first one, and the price was a lot. So yeah, I went somewhere cheaper and closer. This was my skin after I had it done, so again, similar to the first time, but a bit less red, I'd say. So basically, I'm just going to whiz through the sessions and the before and afters to show you what it looked like. So this is what my skin looked like after. I was starting to see some improvements for sure, which was very exciting after just my second session. And throughout the month, I was just seeing my skin was starting to feel a bit clearer and definitely less dull and less grey looking, because I kind of felt like my skin looked dead a lot of the time. And part of the reason I was getting microneedling was to just rejuvenate and bring kind of a glow back and some colour into my skin. So this is me before the 3rd session. And this is me immediately after. 3rd session, oh, you can see a lot going on there. Like, my skin has definitely got better since the 1st session, and that's all within the span of about probably 5 or 6 months, because I think my next session wasn't until May, just because I had things going on. And then this was my skin after the 4th session, and that was my final session. I think I could go back and get a 5th, and I might at some point, but it wasn't urgent to me. Like, I was very happy with how my skin was looking. So yeah, as you can see, microneedling was very, very effective for me personally, and I'm sure it would be for a lot of you guys if you haven't considered it, and you'll kind of just get into your wits end on trying out a lot of external products. And it is a scientifically proven way to help benefit your skin, especially if you are acne prone. In terms of my breakouts post having the procedure, and this is kind of where diet comes into it as well, I just don't break out very much at all. So I feel like a lot of people might worry they're going to get, they're going to spend all this money on microneedling, but it's not actually tackling the root cause of why you're breaking out. It's just dealing with the current breakout, which can happen. And obviously you want to look into other factors of what is causing your breakouts if you're continuing to get them. But I think for me, my diet was a big factor. But somehow I do feel like since the last procedure that I had done, I hadn't even done anything with my diet at that point, really. My skin still wasn't breaking out very much. It's kind of like it had gone out of the habit of developing a new spot every week. And the spots that I did have, they weren't really bothering me. They weren't like persistent. They weren't scarring my skin as much. So I do think it does have a long-term effect. But equally, I would, like I say, consider getting a top up at some point, like just one session. And I think that would be enough for me to be happy with my skin. So now we come on to diet. This is something that I recommend, not just for your skin, but in general. Like, check out your diet, check out your levels. I ordered a test from this place, TMI testing, yeah. And they basically do intolerance tests to flag anything in your system that you may have reacted to. So they have so many different tests. They have intolerance tests, they have allergy tests, just designed to see what your body's reacting to. And my body is very sensitive. So I really wanted to just, for peace of mind, find out if there was anything. At the time, I wasn't feeling too well either. So I kind of got it for that, and it benefited my skin as well. So for me, it flagged up lactose majorly, and also gluten. So I cut out lactose, which was pretty easy for me because I was already eating a lot of plant-based products, but the gluten, that was hard. I might do a whole other video on cutting out gluten, cutting out lactose and the effects on diet, because I find it really interesting how it affects your body, your bloating, how you feel. But I'm going to keep on the topic of skin for the purposes of this video. Cutting out lactose definitely stopped me having breakouts. And I don't know if this is just because the lactose itself was breaking me out. I know that dairy in general can break people out because our bodies aren't really designed to digest it. It's more for the animals, which made sense to me. But equally, I think because I couldn't eat lactose, I couldn't eat sugar. Well, I couldn't eat chocolate, which was my main intake of sugar, and I would binge sugar a lot. So I think cutting out sugar in combo with the dairy really helped, and my skin was just consistently looking great. The only time I'd really break out was before my period, which obviously that's hormone related and you can't really avoid that, but it wasn't bothering me when I did break out because I was like, oh, this isn't going to last long. It's not taken over a significant proportion of my face, and they're not scarring. Don't pick at your spots because they will scar. But yeah, I don't pop my spots, I don't pick my spots, I just leave them. But it's very rare that when I got spots, they'd be like big whitehead spots. If anything, they'd just be like smaller under the skin spots. Like I do have some under the skin spots here, but you just don't really see them. It's more of a texture thing. So yeah, definitely check out your diet if you are struggling to find any external products that work, because a lot of the time, you are what you eat, and if you are eating not the most balanced diet, or you do have an intolerance that you haven't picked up on, it's likely that that could be affecting you externally and your skin in particular. And the last thing that I would recommend is incorporating some vitamins and minerals into your diet. Again, I think this is flagged up on the test that I did, the intolerance test, but we're usually deficient in something, and that can directly link to your skin as well, especially things like vitamin C. So make sure you are getting enough of that in your diet or through supplements. But yeah, I hope this video was helpful, and sharing my experience and things that I explored will open up your avenues if you feel like you are at your wit's end and you've tried everything. You probably haven't. Skin is such a complex personal thing, and so many things can relate to it that we don't even think about. So if you haven't already, maybe try out microneedling or try altering your diet and learning more about it. And I wish you the clearest skin in the world, because you deserve it, and you don't deserve to feel unconfident because of your skin. But remember, your skin does not define you. You are beautiful inside and out. And yeah, it's just a nice confidence thing to have. Everyone wants clear skin. But if you did enjoy the video, don't forget to subscribe, and let me know if you want to see one more related to diet and the body and bloating, because I'd love to try out some experiments on completely cutting out gluten and things like that, because I need it. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next video, and thanks so much for watching. Bye.